We talked with 847 women over the age of 50 to find out which areas of a man's body they actually focus on once a man passes the age of 60. You might be surprised to learn that the third most mentioned area isn't the chest or the arms, though many might guess those first. Before we continue, take a second to leave a comment and let us know where you are watching from. The fourth item on our list is an area that 91% of men overlook entirely. Even so, it signals how much you value yourself, even when seen from a distance. Most men only start to pay attention to this when it has already become a problem. I am going to explain all 5 body parts, why they are vital after you turn 60, and exactly what women are searching for. The 5th point might seem basic at first, but the real reason it matters will totally shift your perspective on your looks. Your physical frame tells a story about who you are as a man. Item number 5 is your stance, which basically means how straight you keep your spine. I realize that a stance might not seem like a specific part of the body, but stay with me because women notice this before they even see your face. 72% of the women we interviewed mentioned that the man's posture reveals more about his daily habits than his actual gym fitness. Whether you are standing in a line for coffee, stepping out of your car, or walking through a parking lot, women are making quiet observations about your frame. Are your shoulders dropping forward? Is your head leaning out in front of your chest? Does it look like your body is folding in on itself? This is important because posture can decline rapidly after 60. Women understand that these changes are natural. They aren't expecting you to look like a 25-year-old. Instead, they are looking for the answer to a specific question. Is this man still engaged with the world, or has he started to give up? That is the signal they pick up. It is the gap between having a spark of life and looking defeated. I have encountered men with great muscles and wide shoulders who work out constantly, yet they walk around looking like the world has beaten them down. Their heads hang low, their backs are hunched, their whole vibe suggests they are exhausted and done. On the other hand, you have the typical man who might have a bit of a stomach but stands up straight. His chin is up, his chest is out, and he moves like he still owns the space he occupies. Which of those 2 men do you think earns a second look of interest? It changes everything about how you are seen. The instant message women receive is whether you are still active and present, or if you have checked out mentally and physically. At 60, 65, or 70, you can no longer rely on the shield of youth. Your physical presence speaks for you immediately. The silver lining is that this isn't something determined by birth. It isn't about your height or the shape of your bones. It is about deciding to take control of how you carry yourself instead of letting your body slowly collapse. Make a conscious choice to stand tall. Pull your shoulders back slightly and keep your head in line with your back. It sounds very simple, but most men don't realize how much this small shift changes the first impression they give. Next is something just as vital. Your hands are the most honest part of your frame. Body part number 4 is your hands. I am not talking about how big or strong they look. I am talking about the overall condition of your hands, your fingernails, the skin, and your basic grooming. Women call this the truthful body part because it is hard to fake. You can wear a shirt to hide a belly. You can style your hair to cover thin spots. You can wear nice glasses to look better, but your hands are always there. Most men forget about them, so they tell the whole truth. After age 60, signs of aging hit the hands faster than almost anywhere else. Veins pop out more, the skin texture changes, spots appear. This is all standard. But what women really want to know is not if your hands look young, but if you care about the small things, or if you only fix what you see in the mirror. Caring for your hands takes about 1 minute a week by trimming your nails and doing basic upkeep. Yet most men skip it. I will be very honest. I have been on dates where a man's hands were the reason I decided not to see him again. It wasn't because his hands were rough from hard work. In fact, working hands can be very attractive. Calluses from lifting weights or building things. Show activity, which is a great sign. But hands that are neglected, with messy nails and dry, cracked skin that hasn't been touched in months, send a negative message. They show a man who ignores the details. And if he ignores something so visible, what else is he ignoring in his life? There is a huge gap between hands that work hard but are cared for and hands that are just forgotten. Here is what most men get wrong. Hands that look too perfect can also be a turn-off. If your hands look more manicured than mine, it sends a different signal. It suggests you might be trying too hard or appearing desperate. Women sense desperation quickly. The best middle ground is simple. Keep them clean, trimmed, and maintained. Not fancy, just proof that you still take care of yourself. At your age, you know that details matter. Your career and your past relationships have taught you that. So don't ignore something women see every time you hold a menu, shake a hand, or reach for a door. Hands are about steady maintenance. Body part number 3 is tied to your energy levels. And 84% of the women we surveyed said it was more important than having big muscles. The neck and the jawline show a lot about your health. Before you assume this is something you can't change, stop for a second. This isn't about having the sharp jaw you had in your 30s. Women are realistic about aging. We know what 60 or 70 looks like. We aren't looking for perfection. We are looking for the effort that shows you still respect yourself. After 60, it is natural for weight to move to the chin and for skin to lose its snap. This happens to everyone, but some men work to maintain their shape while others just let it go, and women can see that difference instantly. There is a clear distinction between a jawline that still has a visible edge and one that blends into the neck, or a neck that still looks strong versus one that has disappeared. We are not looking for a miracle, just a sign that you are still in the game. We are looking for signs of self-control because your face is the first thing people notice and the part they look at the longest. While genetics do matter, as some men naturally store more fat in the neck or have stronger jawlines, steady effort will always show through. Your total body fat level is more important here than anywhere else. Losing just 5 lbs makes your jawline clearer, and losing 10 lbs can provide real definition where nothing was visible before. You do not need to have a six-pack, you simply need a neck that is clearly defined. Strength training is very helpful, especially big movements that involve your back, such as deadlifts, rows, or pull-ups if you can do them safely. These exercises strengthen the deep muscles that support the shape and position of your neck. The position of your neck connects directly back to the 5th item, which is your posture. If your head is always leaning forward, your neck seems to disappear. However, when you keep your head centered over your spine, your jawline becomes visible again. At your age, you have advantages that younger men lack. You understand dedication because you have built careers and raised families. Using that same effort to improve your neck and jawline is just applying skills you already have. This change takes time, and you need about 3 to 6 months to see real results. That time will pass anyway, so you might as well choose to improve rather than decline. For example, a 67-year-old named Marcus lost 12 pounds in 4 months and added simple posture exercises to his day. He didn't do anything extreme, but within a month of reaching his goal, 3 different women approached him at an event. He realized he hadn't noticed how much he had let himself go until he saw the change. Now, let's talk about something very important: your forearms. This is the second body part on our list. You might wonder why forearms matter, but they are visible in almost every social situation. Whether you are wearing short sleeves, rolling up your sleeves to pay for something, or opening a door, women see your forearms and understand them in a specific way. Most men spend hours in the gym on their upper arms and shoulders, which are actually lower on this list. Neglecting the forearms is a mistake. Women aren't looking at forearms for beauty. They are looking for proof of ability. Strong forearms suggest you are competent and capable of physical tasks. It represents practical strength that shows in your lower arms more than anywhere else. A common mistake is doing small gym exercises like wrist curls. What actually builds great forearms is using your hands for real tasks like carrying heavy groceries, doing yard work, or just hanging from a pull-up bar. These tasks require grip strength and develop the muscles truly. After 60, your forearms actually respond better to training than many other body parts because grip strength relies heavily on nerves and muscles that stay strong into your 70s. Visible veins also matter as they show energy and good health. Many women find capable, active hands and firm forearms deeply appealing. It is an instinctive reaction. You don't need special gym sessions for this. If you carry heavy things and use your hands for real jobs instead of just looking at your phone, your forearms will naturally get stronger. While most men focus on the muscles they see in the mirror, women look at the parts that show you are involved and capable. Forearms communicate that without a word. Finally, the number one feature is the one that reflects your self-respect, your eyes, and your general expression. This is the time to stop making yourself smaller. You have the wisdom and experience, so give yourself the respect you have earned. Everything starts with your eyes and how you express yourself. Your eyes show the world your purpose and inner strength. You can start this change right now by shifting your mindset. Take charge of your physical presence by standing taller and walking with intent. This confidence spreads through your body and changes how people see you. When you enter a room, you are sending a message that you have something valuable to offer. You might think you are too old to start, but that is wrong. You are at the perfect age because you know what truly matters. At 60 or 70, you aren't competing with others because many people your age have already stopped trying. This is your chance to stand out. Your biggest challenge isn't your age. It is self-doubt. Commit to taking action by starting small. Smile more and keep your head up. This is about showing yourself and the world that you still have so much to give. You have experience that most people do not have. You have lived life fully, learned constantly, and overcome major challenges. Instead of focusing on what is behind you, direct all your attention toward the current moment. What is right in front of you is what truly matters now. Here is the main message you must keep with you. Your eyes and the look behind them show your self-respect. Own this completely. Move through life with a clear purpose, and do not delay this shift. Begin now. Earlier, I mentioned that 85% of men your age have already stopped trying to improve. Now you understand why you are different. You are exactly where you should be, and it is not too late. In fact, this might be the perfect time in your life to take strong control of your future. We have talked about changing your mindset, understanding yourself more deeply, and improving how you move through the world. You have learned that confidence is not about being perfect. It is about showing up with purpose and taking up your proper space. We have made it clear that age is not the problem. The problem is simply starting. You might be in your 60s, 65, or over 70, but that is not a limit. It is a powerful advantage. You possess decades of knowledge and experience that younger men do not have. You have survived hardships and come out wiser. Now it is time to use that strength for the next important part of your life. This is where you create meaningful and lasting change for yourself. If you are serious about getting better, follow this channel. This resource is completely focused on giving you practical tools to keep moving forward and avoid standing still. I post new videos every week with information to help you stay sharp and completely in charge of your life. Click the notification bell so you never miss a single one. Always remember this truth. Age is just a number, but discipline is what lasts forever. You have already taken the first steps by focusing on your posture, hands, jawline, forearms, and expression. These are the outside signs that show your inner confidence. However, women do not stop at physical appearance alone. They pay attention to something deeper. That next factor, number 6, separates men who give in to age from men who use age as a power. It is subtle and mostly about behavior, and you can change it right away. The 6th factor is your voice, including your rhythm and your volume. Women often call this the command signal. It does not matter how good your posture is or how well your hands are looked after if your voice is too quiet, unsteady, or fades away at the end of each sentence. After 60, many men start speaking softly, talking too fast, or mumbling their words. This is usually not a physical decline. Instead, it is a habit developed over a long time of stepping back or accepting defeat. It immediately signals doubt, low confidence, or even the belief that your words are not worth hearing. Women notice this instantly. They are not looking for a loud or aggressive tone. They want presence. They want a voice that sounds steady and solid, a voice that naturally fills the space without any yelling. Think about the men you respect. Think about the leaders, the ones who run meetings confidently, and the men who seem naturally comfortable in their own skin. Their voices share a certain deep quality. They speak clearly. They do not rush. They allow their words to land before moving on to the next thought. You can begin practicing this right now. Whenever you speak, focus on breathing from your chest rather than your throat. Slow down your pace just a tiny bit. Ensure the end of your sentence is just as clear and strong as the beginning. This small adjustment changes the way every person in the room responds to you. It shows that you believe in what you are saying, which makes others believe in it too. This is not about being a different person. It is about uncovering the strongest version of yourself that has been there all along. You have already done the hard work of living and learning. Now, you are simply aligning your outside presence with the value you hold on the inside. This is how you bridge the gap between being just another man in the crowd and being a man who is truly noticed. When your voice matches your posture and your hands match your expression, you create a complete picture of a man who is still very much in charge of his journey. Do not let the habits of the past keep you from the opportunities of the future. The women in our survey were very clear that they are looking for vitality, not youth. They want to see that the fire is still burning. By making these small shifts in how you present yourself, you are telling the world that you are far from finished. You are just getting started on a new and powerful chapter.